right, here at Casa Verde on this beautiful Saturday evening with the one and only, the Gassquatch, the New Jersey Sasquatch. Thank you for coming by, man.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoyed this place. You've been here before, right?
100%. Yeah, with we did the toy drive.
Right.
And it was amazing. That's why when you guys asked, I had absolutely zero hesitation to come and support and reciprocate that energy.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. So I want to ask you a little bit about yourself. Maybe people that are just,
Sure.
getting to know you. Um, I know you've been very vocal, about what, what life has brought to you and how you overcame certain obstacles in your life.
A lot of people know me as Dirty Dank Jersey, thanks to Vice TV, Black Market, Season 2, Episode 4 with Michael Williams and Tracy Morgan. I got to talk about the dangers of BHO, butane hash oil blasting, and it kind of propelled me onto the global scene. I was also a stunt driver and a location liaison in a movie recently called The Survivalist with John Malkovich and Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. It made the top 5 action movies done during COVID. But before that, I'm a New Jersey native, born and raised here, born in Somerset, Somerville Medical Center in 1984. My family, my grandfather helped build a place called Beaucraft, New Jersey, or Beaucraft Entertainment in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. And so my family is really from kind of like the Union County area, Westfield, but grew up down at the shore. We moved down there for a while. I moved about 18 times, and through that, I've been able to develop a very unique ability to have interpersonal relationships. I have a very eclectic style of communicating with people. I'm also a Pisces, so through all these moves and through a lot of trauma, a lot of, as you said, a lot of the story that I do have, as those things happen, I had to learn survival techniques. I had to learn ways and coping mechanisms. These coping mechanisms ultimately hurt me because they taught me how to become comfortable and safe and not really chase something. But now the beauty of being around this cannabis industry and this culture of people who are in the legacy who have transitioned to legal, now I'm seeing that my story, as well as these other people's stories, we are translators. So I'm at a point now where I am evolving into putting the trauma and all those things that chapter is closed. It's an amazing part of my life. And I'm now using the solutions instead of sitting there and grieving all that time that I lost, right? I'm 40. A lot of my peers are owning dispensaries or 25, 30, and initially I had a lot of animosity and resentment. And I'm like, why can't I do this? Why can't people see this in me? And the beauty of it was I'm seeing in myself the things I don't have. And these people are now teaching me the lessons where I have to go learn, I have to acquire, I have to go put in the work. You can't skip the work. A lot of people in this industry want to skip the work and buy their way in. It's an absolutely horrible thing that I see. A lot of companies are trying to buy their way in, and I feel that like my brand, Dirty Dank Jersey, who I am is John Frank. I'm a certified peer coach. I'm trying to show the cultural relevance of actually having the industry source employment and source from culture. Give the people who have been here with these small brands the opportunity, sharpen them, right? Because I have been projecting my light and my energy out loud so long. I've been trying to attract either investors or mentors. It's just tough because people half my age can't really wrap their head around how do I mentor somebody who's like twice my age. They don't understand arrested development through drug addiction, right?
Yeah.
That the fact that I may physically represent as a 40-year-old male, right? Even though I may look like I'm 20, no, but mentally, the mind didn't start growing it until about 31 years old, when I got clean. And so at 31, I would say I became 19. So exponentially, the further I get away from the vices, the more I'm seeing like time dilation occur, and I'm, my business acumen, the people I'm choosing to hang out with. A great sentiment I've learned is a man with many friends has many woes.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to consolidate and decompress and get rid of the people that I have been giving my light and energy and attention to that have been actually a ball and chain to my success. right? And that's happening a lot in this industry. There's a lot of people that are trying to commoditize. They have, like I said, they're trying to buy the way in. They don't have the riz. They ain't got what we got, right? They want it. They want it bad. And so what they do is they come in and they speak above us, right? I talked about it. Like we need to have truth over booth. In my opinion, is let's communicate as a peer. Don't be this corporate Ivy League guys
Right.
who are coming in and you understand that I have a weakness, that I do not understand the economics of how to monetize my skills and talents. But I understand that all you do is you have the format and the play. Either give it to me or let's collaborate. So that's where, kind of I'm at this point today where I hope to be a brand to inspire people to come together in collaboration and show that with nothing, damn near nothing, I was homeless in the streets eating garbage out of dumpsters in Newark and Camden and Trenton. And where I am today, I am providing, even though I don't have the things that I want, I take care of my elderly grandmother, I take care of my mom, I'm learning self-efficacy and I'm learning all these beautiful things. And it's really cool, man. And especially coming out and seeing this is phenomenal too. So watching the evolution of my peers and my colleagues throughout this, seeing how you guys have started and developing, this is inspiring. This is the kind of stuff I choose to associate with and lend my light to, because I know you're going to inspire somebody with this kind of a podcast, with this kind of access, with this kind of, aesthetic. This is beautiful. So.
What excites you about coming to events out like this? This is more like a very grassroots event where you come in, you you obviously we have customers in here now. Um, what excites you about connecting with the community and doing these type of things? And going to comparing dispensaries in different areas.
Absolutely.
That fit different people. Different types of people.
Certainly. So, something I would say I pride myself on is that I've learned discretion, and I've learned it's important to have a standard, and I can't have a standard if I am not out there actively doing the research, being a steward. So I find the most value from opportunities like this comes within the ability to network and develop like interpersonal relationships with new people, especially the people that I see specifically frequenting and patronizing retail dispensaries. A lot of them are new. They've been waiting this whole time. They haven't even thought in their mind about consuming cannabis until it was legal. Right. And so I want to make sure that as somebody coming in as a brand new person into consumption, that they don't get swept away into this corporate mentality, into the deception, right? Because marketing, it has a place, it has a purpose, right? But we have a responsibility as a community to connect with individuals and say, hey, the terminology and the words that we use have very specific meanings. And if we start to associate words like potency with THC percentage, we're going to have a problem, because now we are leading a generation of people away from the truth. And what we're doing is we're leading them to sales, right? And that's fine, but please, that needs to be pre-disclosed. There's a lot of immoral representation of the truth, willing ignorance.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And then education is definitely a big part of it. It's not just THC, the tropine profiles and stuff like that. And like, the, what is it? The entourage effect, right?
Correct. The entourage,
You have,
CBN, CBG, CBD,
you have that whole entourage effect. It probably gives you a better, I guess, if you're looking for a better high or a better pain relief, a better,
I will call it a full body euphoria, right? The way I
Correct.
speak about it at my consumption experience, it's called the euphoric onset, and the duration, the period of time for the come up, that is all determined on what you're consuming.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that I want to empower people with who don't know. Even if they have a 2-second conversation with me, it's like, hey, stop shopping for what a bag looks like. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. It doesn't matter what color it is. Stop worrying about the THC percentage. I will give you personal testimony. I, Dirty Dank Jersey, the NJ Gassquatch, do testify that a 12% cannabis, Constellation haze completely decimates me
Yeah.
And I can smoke some 39% stuff and I won't get the entourage effect because of the balance. A lot of these designer corporate cannabis, they're breeding out CBD, they're breeding the medicine out, and they're targeting certain aesthetics that, again, it's like you're putting a suit on, a person who's starving to make them look good.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Definitely agree. So another question I got for you is you become a trusted voice in educating consumers about the safe cannabis and concentrate use.
Mhm.
Um, what are the most common misconceptions that you come across when you try to educate or you talk to these people about concentrates?
Certainly. The first thing, solventless. Most solventless really isn't solventless. If you get into the technical aspects of the word, water is a solvent. So people who use water to make a solventless product, this is what I'm trying to talk about. This is where the booth comes in. It's like, I'm going to tell you your product is solventless. Now we're using water. It's the most minimal, we're trying to mitigate, carcinogens, pathogens, and heat and all these other things, right? But it's like, now they have like the Sambo machines. So now they do have solventless. So that's a big misnomer when it comes to concentrates. There is true solventless, and that requires an electrical charge to basically isolate the trichomes instead of having a medium like water. Right. They also have these really cool new centrifugal machines that spin and separate the trichomes from the flower. That would be solventless. Other misnomers like rosin is better than BHO. This is better than that. These are the things that need to go away. The OGs have always taught me, like, all cannabis can have a purpose, right?
Yeah.
And while I may not agree with the purpose and I may not want to choose to imbibe it and take it in, I'm not going to hate on it, right? I'm not going to cast shade on it. I'm just going to utilize my conscious decision of where I spend my money or refer people in order to empower the ones that I want to see win.
Right. Everything has a time and place.
Correct.
Everybody has a need, different needs. Everybody's body is different.
100%.
So yeah, the toy drive here with
Yes.
Casa Verde, it was a big success. And what 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 really stood out to you, or what did you really enjoy about doing this drive?
So first thing was getting to work with Ganja Goddess Erica, getting to learn her story and getting to develop a more personal relationship with her, seeing how her story really connected to these children at the children's home, and that's the kind of stuff that inspires me. It's that I know that my best contributions to my community and this world are going to be to support people who have dreams and aspirations of serving our brothers and sisters. I look at Earth as a family. A lot of people can't do this. A lot of people are instantaneously putting up labels and barriers. Gay, you're black, you're white, you're this, you're that. I look back through genealogy and I understand in genetics that we are all coming from a tree, right? So getting to know Erica, getting to bring these toys, and it was amazing when we got to bring those toys down to Trenton and bring them into the children's home, and then get a picture at the tree, and then see where these toys were going. And then she recently posted the letter that they sent. It was very fulfilling, and so that I would have to credit that.
Yeah. It's always nice to give back. As part of Sativa Cross, we also go down to Trenton and feed the homeless on Thanksgiving
Yes.
as well. And it definitely is. It's very fulfilling, but heartbreaking at the end, right? It's just like it's terrible to see how, you know,
People treat those who don't have.
yes, like less or whatever it may be. Yeah, definitely grateful to be able to do what I do now.
Absolutely.
Like you said, a couple years back, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. I wasn't
Correct.
at right headspace, but in changing and all that, it helped out a lot. Um, I have one here. It's a good one. It's a good one. Uh, what advice do you have for someone looking to deepen their understanding cannabis products and responsible consumption?
So the first thing I'm going to say is check out NJ Homegrow Coalition at www.njhomegrow.com. You're going to find a multitude of resources there. There's a lot of cool things coming for about conscious consumption. I know about dispensaries that are going to have an opportunity to work with them and develop some sort of a safety seal or something that's basically going to say, hey, here's our culture, here's our community, here's what we as consumers identify as safe. So I encourage people to follow, because when that becomes the thing, that is going to be an indicator of quality. It's not a pay to play thing. I mean, I'm sure there's something, but what inspires me is like, I want to see uh, consumers going to, especially in New Jersey, small batch craft grows, right? So if you're going into dispensaries, before you decide to go buy shake and all these things, and I understand people shop for a budget,
Yeah.
but I want to encourage people, just like me, you have to learn to come up to the next level. You have to learn that self-efficacy. And so I would encourage people to get a little bit of wisdom about the testing process here in New Jersey. So if you're going to start shopping in retail, adult use, recreational, or medical, I would highly encourage people understand how products are tested. Talk to your dispensary, learn what labs they trust. You know, speak to professionals. There are plenty of Reddit groups out there.
Yeah.
There are plenty of Discord channels people can join. It takes a lot, but I encourage people that when you are putting something into your body, just like food, we are what we eat, we are what we smoke. And if we're going to be putting heavy metals, pesticides, if we're going to be putting in chemicals into our body that people are paying to have, you know, certain things removed from tests, like how can we trust that? So yes, I would just say educate yourself, no censorship, no negativity, do your due diligence, go out there, be a responsible consumer, and find the products that give you the best experience while mitigating the risk you're putting your body in.
Right. Yeah. Definitely agree. Especially there's like, I don't know if it's a misconception. I haven't really dove into it, but like distillate,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, I'll make your. I won't go into all the details, but you will cringe when you learn what's in distillate.
Yeah. I try to stay away from it after I realize, you know, how they
Moldy buds,
moldy buds. They
floor buds,
not only
floor
that, but
sweat
like
buds, and moldy
they
buds.
they cure a moldy bud through a certain process, or and just the fact that you strip out certain things from the plant alone, it kind of makes me not
Hundred
want
percent,
to. You know what I mean?
100%.
Um,
It's almost this is where there's a synthesis, like you can synthesize the plant, right? Or you can utilize the natural essence of the plant. And that's where I like the purists. This is why
yeah,
I came a long way from being a consumer who was mesmerized by smells and price, and then, oh, I just want to be a part of this, you know, hash, hash, hash. Right now, I'm understanding through the purists and through the people who are choosing to mentor me that the the whole enjoyment is finding the perfect herb, or for me it's osmine, right? It's taken me a while. Big shout out Grow Space Killer. I'm absolutely thrilled when I got to discuss with them. It's like finding specific terpenes that give you the pain relief or the anti-inflammation properties, but that's also readily available with what's around you.
right. Yeah. Um, I got a few more questions to wrap it up. Um, you've been in the cannabis space for a while, especially here in New Jersey. Um, I know I know that it's been developing at a fast pace.
Oh yeah.
There's still things that we need. Um, there's things that may feel unnecessary and stuff like that. But
Bureaucracy.
yeah. Um, but what's something that you want to see in the future in this industry business, whether it's products, whether it's
Sure.
bureaucracy, whether if it's the politics, whether it's I don't know, the whole lounge
Yes,
situations going on.
that's it
You
right
know,
there.
there's so many things, home grow,
Oh yeah.
um, just name a few. But what's something that you really want to tackle in the future or near future?
I'll give it a quick two part. So, like you're saying, on the advocacy side, it's going to be the home grow. Like we really need medical home grow here in New Jersey. You know, watching people like Jim Miller, hearing their story, seeing my friend Andrea, part of NJ Home
Yeah,
Grow, and seeing the sacrifice that so many people are willing to go through to do that. So that is essential. That we can convince the legislature. We can overcome these lobbyists. We can overcome these corporate entities that are in our face trying to be our friends, but behind the back, they're that.
Yeah.
So again, without negativity, but on the industrial side, it's the consumption lounge. I've worked hard as one of New Jersey's first legacy to legal, doing the Mud Brothers, doing, 420 Expo, celebrity, going out there and getting all the celebrities to engage and do this. I'm recognizing that when people have a safe place to go to consume, a whole new economy is going to open up. You can have like these cannabis Ubers. You can have all these things. Now we're gonna start getting people smoking in their car on the road off.
Yeah.
We can get rid of that. And I'm not trying to say I don't do it, but I've also been smoking for 20, 25 years. And I have an incredibly high tolerance. I'm a medical patient. I'm not saying smoking and driving, but like it's important to have a safe place for people to consume, and not with people coming from the outside in. Like, again, we need to have the people that are here to have that, because those consumption things, that's going to be the number one way for the right brands to get in front of the consumer. We don't want these, MSOs to come in here and dictate the agenda to this is our chance. This is our chance to let our cultivators do these things, and we need to let the economy naturally dictate that, not let the
by the people,
1%.
by the legacy people, the people that have been affected, the people that have been in the game for a while, that have been looked down on.
Correct.
You know,
Like we're illegitimate. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm an illegitimate dab bar. Oh, okay.
We're a legit illegitimate dab bar.
Exactly.
Because
It's
we're
like,
legit, because we know the roots, we know the culture, we know.
I can code
know
switch. I can code switch.
Yeah. So it's yeah. I am dying for the day that I can go to I want to call it a sports bar.
Yes.
But instead of the alcohol, get a dab, get a
Correct.
doom, watch some
Or
boxing.
hibachi. Imagine going to
Or
hibachi, and you can have your Puffcos there. Take your dab of your Puffco while he's sitting there making the onion tower, choo-choo train, flames, sake, squirt, squirt, squirt.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something we need to do, especially for patients. For me, the lounges is a very touchy subject because people that live in Section 8 or income housing, federal housing, they can't consume in their house.
Correct. I'm in a situation where I am my grandmother's caretaker. She has gotten eviction warnings from this entity because I smell like cannabis. Now, they have a camera system that I was able to appeal and say, I am the only person in this whole 100+ unit complex that goes outside to smoke as you have requested. You have elderly people who are medical patients trapped in their houses who can't go out in 20-degree weather, and they're smoking, and I smell it all through the building, and then we get the notice, we're going to come and check your apartment. Wait. I'm honoring it. So yes, there's a stigma, there's discrimination, it is still prevalent. And that's what I'm saying, at least with the consumption lounges, right? This will give us a place to go, hopefully to avoid that, because
safely consume.
Yes, it's not fair to evict people and not give them somewhere safe. Another part is like, if I go outside, there's schools. So I can't just go outside, get off the property, and now smoke. There's now an elementary school, and I have a child. I'm not going to do that. I think it is okay for children to smell it. I don't think that's a problem. But if you don't have the education, it's not my right or privilege to put that onto your child. So
right, exactly.
Just responsible consumption. These are things we need to teach each other.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If you could tell your followers one piece of advice about cannabis, what would it be?
One piece of advice would be, until you get your hands dirty and you crack a seed and you grow it, you're never going to know it. There is a magical relationship. I can attest that for many years, I was completely fake. I don't want to say I was a fraud, but I wanted a relationship with the plant so badly that it was more of maybe like a delusional mindset. And that translated in my life. Now that I've cultivated and I have a personal relationship, now that I am a mentee, now that I am learning under somebody who I implicitly trust, who I've consumed multiple strains, multiple washes, different microns, who's explaining every aspect. I'm like, go get your hands dirty, grow, right? They tell you it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? At some point, you're going to choose. Am I going to live my life for me and experience the things that are going to bring me joy, satisfaction, and empower me? Or am I going to allow external forces to dictate how big I dream and how well I take care of myself?
Right. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely get your hands dirty. You heard it first from Dirty
Get your
Dank.
hands dirty.
All right, last one, man. How can listeners, followers, new people coming in, maybe new people you met here, how can they get in touch with you if they need to get in touch with you,
Absolutely.
maybe engage in a conversation, or if you have anything coming up, any events, community events,
Certainly.
anything you want to promote, drop your Instagram.
Certainly.
But yeah, where can they reach out to you?
So I will have my website back up soon. That's dirtydankjersey.com. So in the interim, on Instagram, it's certified, CERTIFIED DJ. So certified with 3Ds, J. You can also check out my new podcast on Instagram. It's Truth Over Boof, TRUTHOVERBOOF. We're going to have an intimate discussion there about, like we're talking right here, we're going to get to the truth. We're going to stop trying to mislead and market to people, and we're going to empower consumers to have that vernacular so spectacular as to choose the right.
That's good. Yeah, man, thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate this, and yeah, we'll see more.
Absolutely.